Hello guys. Welcome back to our channel. This is where you get information about anything about USA green card and visas. So today, in this episode, I'm going to talk about the B-2 visa, that is tourist visa for USA. I'm gonna give you a complete guide to obtaining a B-2 visa for United States of America, the requirements, eligibility, and any frequently asked questions I'm gonna cover on this topic or other episode. So besides working and studying, you can also visit the United States on a B-2 visa. So a B-2 visa, I've said it's a tourist visa to the United States. The B-2 visa is the tourist visa which allows you to enter the United States for tourism, for pleasure, or visit friends and family. So if you are planning to visit US under this category, this is the video for you. So you might wonder, do I need to apply for a tourist visa before entering the United States of America? Only those who are not in the US visa waiver program need to apply for a tourist visa to the United States of America. So if you need more information about this US waiver program, you can check on the description box. I did a video on that so that you can check what the program is all about and if you qualify to enter USA without a tourist visa. So as I have said, only those who are on the US visa waiver program need to apply for a tourist visa to the United States of America. So if you are from a visa waiver country, then you are in luck. You can just follow the simple procedures for applying for an ESTA and then make your travel arrangement. So what are the eligibility criteria for a tourist visa? So for you to be eligible for a US tourist visa, the purpose of your tourist of your visit should be one of the following. Maybe you are visiting a family who lives in the United States of America already, or you are visiting a friend who is in the US already. You just want to tour the states just or for pleasure and much more. So how can you have a holiday in the United States? How can you tour various cities in the United States? How can you visit friends and family in the United States? Or maybe you want to participate in social events hosted by various organizations, or maybe visit for medical treatment, participate in maybe events or contests related to music or sports, which for you will not receive payment, or maybe you want to enroll in short study courses for which you will not receive credit. Maybe examples are cooking classes or any other. So if you don't fall into any of those category I've mentioned above, then you should look into other types of US non-immigrant visas to see for which ones you qualify for. So in addition, you will have to prove that you have enough financial means to cover your stay in the United States and that you intend to return to your home country as soon as your visa expires. So if you have that proof, then you will be eligible to apply for a B-2 visa. So on the other hand, the B-1 visa allows you to enter the United States with the purpose of business, maybe contract negotiation or attending conferences and other business related events. So how do you apply for a US tourist visa? So for you to apply for a US tourist visa, you must go through these simple steps. So one, you submit the DS-160 form. So that form is available on online on the US immigration portal. So once you submit that DS 160 form, it will allow you to then follow the next step, pay for the visa fee. All details you need are also online there. Then the third step is schedule your US tourist visa interview and compile your B-2 visa documents file. Then the last step is attend the visa interview. So after you submit your DS-160 form, submit your information as well as details about your purpose of visit. So you must fill in the sections, that is online, you remember. You must fill in the sections for your US tourist visa and then submit it online. After you submit it, you will get a verification page and a code which you need for your documents file. So you can fill the DS-160 form online through the Consular Electronic Application Center or with the help of a visa processing assistant. And after that, you pay the application fee. So the application fee for the US tourist visa is $160. So depending on your country's relationship with the US, you might have to pay other fees too. So that $160 is just for the visa fee alone. So these are called visa insurance fees and they vary from country to country. After making the payments, you need to keep the receipts and attach them to your file of required documents. So the next thing I said after filling the DS-160 form and paying the visa fee, the third stage is schedule your US tourist visa interview. So all applicants between 14 and 79 years old must go through an interview at the US Embassy. So to attend this interview, you must schedule an appointment with the US Embassy in your country of residence. Due to high workload that they have, make sure you schedule at it as soon as possible. So when this procedure is done, you will get an interview confirmation letter which you need to bring to the interview. So this one is normally sent to you via mail you used the email address you provided during your time of application or rather filling the DS-160 form. So compile your B-2 visa document file. So the document file that you have include all supporting documents to show the US Embassy that it is safe to give you the visa. So you must bring all of the documents to your visa appointment. So here are the required document that you need to submit when applying for a B-2 visa. One is a valid passport, that is the traveling document, a photograph that complies with the requirements and the guidelines. So the photograph, you know the requirement. It should be an electronic photograph with a white background and specified the measurements. Yeah, I will talk about that later. From DS-160 confirmation page and code, remember you filled it online, but you need a printout after you are done. Then receipt of paid visa fee, ile receipt after you've paid the fee, and interview confirmation page that they sent you that you've been confirmed for an interview for such a date, and lastly a letter. Last but not least, a letter which describes the purpose of your trip to the US. You need that too. And also a proof of financial means. So, financial or bank statements to prove you have the finances to stay in the United States of at least $266 for each day of your planned stay. So the total amount will depend on how long you intend to stay in the US. Also ties to your home country, maybe family. If you have babies or a husband, you need that proof too in document form. A job contract, maybe if you're working under contract on a permanent basis, that letter you received while confirming that job. A lease or a property deed which prove you indeed will return back to your home country. So most people normally after going to the US, they overstay their visas and they don't come because they don't have anything tying them back home. So if you have a family like children, for instance, if you have a job you are doing on contract or a permanent basis, or if you have a property or a lease, those are enough proof that you intend to come back home because you have ties. Optional US visitor visa invitation letter from this one is optional. Somebody, maybe a friend, are inviting you or family in the US, you need that letter, but it is optional. You also need criminal records or a letter from the authorities stating that you do not have prior convictions. So if you are Kenyan, we have the DCI, the that how do they call it? That official letter from the DCI certificate to prove that are you don't have prior convictions. Also, document relevant to your prior visits This only applies if you have visited US before, so that proof will also really benefit or rather help you get another visa. So do well to carry it in a document form. Also transcripts or diploma, if this only applies to students. If you are going to study, you need those proof too. A letter from your employer and the pay slips for the last 3 months. If you are a worker, that one will also prove that you are indeed gonna come back after your visa expires. You also need photocopies of your relative status in the US. If you have a relative in the US, if they are they have documents, you need those photocopies if they are legal residents of the United States. You also need letters from doctors on your diagnosis and treatment. If your main reason for traveling to the US is for medication, you're going for treatment, so you need letters from your doctors on your diagnosis and treatment if you are visiting for medical purposes. They also need social media details, a list of the social media that you use and the name of your account in each category so that they will confirm some things because they're very strict. Attend then after collecting all those documents now, file them and attend the visa interview fully equipped. So, on the date of your interview, a US Embassy official will ask questions about your background and why you want to go to the US. They will go through your documents to ensure that everything is in order. And the interviews do not last long. Remember, but make sure to disclose all necessary information to avoid problems later on. Um, so this channel specializes in assisting visa applicants throughout the whole process. So make sure you subscribe, consider subscribing so that you stay connected to us. So you might wonder, how long is the B2 visa processing time? So the B2 visa may take a few weeks up to a few months of process. Processing times differ from country to country also because it is largely depends on the workload that the US Embassy have where you applied has. So if you do not hear from the embassy, be patient and wait for them to inform you on whether you got the visa or not. So don't conclude that you did not get the visa without any communication from the embassy. So what is the duration? The B2 visa duration. So the maximum duration of stay on a B2 visa is 6 months. So during that time, you can travel throughout the US or for any other purpose. However, as soon as your visa expires, you must return to your home country. So, uh, what about extension? You might think of extending B2 visa extension. If you want to stay longer, you can apply for a B2 visa extension for an additional 6 months. So that one is allowed, but you should not. You should do so at least 42 days before the expiration of your I-94 card. So yet you are not allowed to apply within 3 months of arrival in the US. Remember, you should submit the following documents while applying for a B2 visa extension. One is a completed Form I-539, your valid visa passport, a written statement on the reason behind the required extension, evidence of financial support, you also payment of an extension fee, which is $370 US dollars. Also, original or photocopy of your I-94 card. The extension processing time varies normally on the number of applications USCIS is processing at the time of your application. So you might also ask, do tourists get access to American healthcare? So, as a foreigner visiting the United States for tourism purposes, you will not receive free healthcare. The American healthcare system is the most expensive in the world, with the treatment of a broken leg or a broken arm will cost you like 2,500 US dollars, while staying at a US hostel for just one night may cost over $10,000 on average. So, therefore, it is advisable to purchase a visitor's health insurance plan to cover those costs for you to be on the safer side. Another question some of you might have asked: can I get a green card with a US tourist visa? So it is very difficult to get permanent residence or a green card if you are a tourist in the United States. So since the B-2 visa is a temporary visa, you must provide that you will return to your home country after it expires in order to get it. Also, you are not allowed to look for a job or start studying, which means the easiest paths to a green card may not be available for you. So watch my other videos to know how you can get a US green card that's clean. So some might have also wonder, can my parents visit me in USA with a B-2 visa? So if you are living in the United States working or studying, you can invite your parents to visit you. Yes, they will though need to follow all the processes explained in this video. The only thing that may differ a bit are the required documents, because now they are visiting you as a student or working. So passports. Your parents should have valid passports. They require such documents. And they also require completed DS-160 form, bank verification letter. You should present proof you are capable of financially supporting your parents while they are in the US, you as their host. Employment verification, you should also ask your current employer for this letter. Invitation letter, you need to invite them. You should write a letter to your parents inviting them to visit you in the US. You are responsible for collecting some of the documents for your parents, so they will also need to collect some extra in their home countries. It is highly recommended, though, that visiting parents obtain a visitor's insurance plan that covers their entire stay in the United States. So I hope this was helpful. So that is all I had for you on B-2 visa. That is a tourist visa for USA. I've talked about the requirements, eligibility, and even frequently asked questions. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode, and I hope to see you in our next episode. Remember, a like is always appreciated, and please consider subscribing for more videos about the same, and also do well to turn on that post notification bell so that you'll be notified when we post our next video. Otherwise, bye bye, and I wish you good health, wealth, and I wish you all the best. So for more videos about US green card, then the diversity visa, they normally do it every year from the first week of October through the first week of November. So please check on my channel for more videos about the same, what it entails, the requirements, and the application process and everything. And I hope those who applied for last year's, this year they will receive good news in Jesus' name. And also, if you did not apply, make sure you check my other videos on the requirements. You all you need is a passport and a high school degree. If you are Kenyan, you must have finished Form 4 and you have the certificate and a passport and a digital photograph. If you are married, you need a certificate of marriage, and if you have children, they also need their birth certificates, and that includes you. So please, if you want to come to the US, try and apply for green card. It is the easiest way so far to come to the US, and it will give you full residency, and also you can work and even study in the US without any money. All you need is the money to process the visa and the whole thing. So if you are a single person, it's very cheap. You only need 250,000 Kenyan shilling if you are Kenyan, or 2,500 US dollars for those who are not Kenyan. So if you have a family, let's say a family, a wife and a husband and two children, you need like 10,000 USD for the whole process. So that is why I said it is the cheapest way to come and again US resident. The process is entirely free. The only thing you need money for is for the air ticket, the visa fee, the medicals, and the remaining things are just done free. For example, application, you don't need to pay anything apart from the internet you will use. You just need your birth certificate, you need your national, international passport, and a digital photograph with a white background and required specifications, and you are free to apply. And other things are totally free apart from when you get the visa, where you need to now book a ticket, and that's all. Please try, and I wish you all the best. Bye bye, and see you in our next episode.